Hey guys, we're back. As I mentioned in the Federation versus Klingon starter set video, that was way too long, so I had to break these apart. In this one, we're going to be taking a look at the Federation cards and upgrades that come in the pack, and hopefully you'll like the way this is done, and it's the only way I could do it and keep everything in there and still have the video be a reasonable length. So with that, we'll get right in and take a look. So for our Federation side of things, you have a Galaxy class, the Enterprise D. 4 attack, 1 evade, 5 hull, 4 shield. You have a tech upgrade, a weapon upgrade, 3 crew upgrade for 26 points. And the named ability is when defending, the attacking ship rolls -1 attack dice. That's kind of a defensive ship there. Then you have your generic version, which you're losing a shield and one of the crew slots, but you're only paying 22 points for. And then we have the USS Sutherland, which is a Nebula class. Got 4 attack, 1 evade, 4 hull, 4 shield. You have 1 tech, 1 weapon, 3 crew, same as the Galaxy. And then 23 points here. And the named ability here is the when defending, you cancel 1 hit. So, nice ship there. Again, another defensive one. And then you have your generic version, which loses a shield and a crew for 19 points. Not bad ships. I haven't seen the Nebula myself in play too much, but the Galaxy unfortunately suffers from a horrendous maneuver dial. Only hard turn you get are these reds in the 3. Nothing in the 2s and 1s. Does have a very fast forward in that 5 and a 2 reverse, which is nice, but turning wise it is not a very maneuverable ship. You can see there by comparison the Nebula is quite a bit more maneuverable. Not quite as fast, losing the 5 forward, losing the 2 reverse, but you gain these white 2 hard turns, which is nice. And the Galaxy class model is this newer style with the silver paint and the windows painted in. Don't mind the model so much. I'm not so sold on the black windows though. They're kind of weird looking. At the same time, Federation ships are supposed to be white. That always bothered me that they switched to the silver. And then we have our base for the Enterprise. It's got a 90-degree front arc, 90-degree rear arc. Nothing super special there. Then we have our Nebula class. Mine actually came with this piece up here. Was not glued down all the way, so when I went to take it out of the package, it broke off, and I think I glued it down crooked. You can kind of see there it's a little crooked. These new models, though, seem to be okay in detail-wise. They've done a much better paint job on them. But again, this silver color with the black windows. I prefer the old really light gray or white. And there you got the base for the Sutherland. Only has a 90-degree front arc, no rear arc, so keep that in mind when you're adding on your upgrades. It's also worth noting, I don't know if it's just mine, sometimes these pegs where they attach to the base don't get centered straight, but mine has like a downward tilt to it. So, I don't know if it's just a thing with my model or if it's something with the Nebula class in general, but it looks strange next to the other ships. For our Federation captains, we have Jean-Luc Picard. It's a captain skill of 8, 2 elite talent slots for 6 points. He has, as an action, you can place 2 time tokens on this card and target all friendly ships. Place a battle station token beside this ship and all targeted ships. That's kind of cool. Lets him command a fleet, basically. It's got a range of 1 to 2. So, interesting concept there. The double elite talents are nice too, but I kind of like the old Picard better, so might stick with him. Next we have Data. Captain skill of 4 for 3 points. As an action, you can target a cloaked opposing ship, remove the target ship's cloak token, and enable its shields. That has a range of 1 to 2. And this is from when he was on board the Sutherland and used it to find the cloaked ships. Kind of a nice one there. A little low on captain skill for Data. I think he would be higher than that, but they had to do it for balance, I guess. And then we have William T. Riker. Captain skill is 6. 1 elite talent for 4 points. And he has, as an action, target this ship or a friendly ship. Crew upgrades on the equipped target ship cannot be affected by opposing effects this game round. There's range 1 to 2. That's kind of interesting. There's so many things out there now that can mess with crew cards on your ships. And Federation has always been combo heavy, requiring a bunch of crew to trigger off these interesting combos. And if they can disable your crew, they can screw up your combo. So being able to protect your crew is kind of a nice one there. Pretty average other than that, though. Then on to our crew cards. First one we have here is Christopher Hobson. He's 2 points. And when attacking, if the defending ship is cloaked, the defending ship rolls -2 defense dice. So it kind of partially negates the effect of being cloaked. So I can see that being useful, especially for only 2 points, if you know you're going to be facing cloaked ships. Next we have Beverly Crusher, 3 points. During the activation phase, you can disable this card, remove a disable token from a crew upgrade equipped to the ship, and then as an action, you can discard this card, equip a crew upgrade with a cost of 4 points or less that was discarded from the ship back to the ship. So it allows you to bring back a crew member at the cost of her, or you can use this one up here where you can disable her to remove a disable from a different crewman. This is going to allow you to keep triggering those combos, because a lot of the crew cards require you to disable them on use. You can use her to re-enable them so you can do that combo again quicker. Kind of nice. Then we have Deanna Troy for 2 points. And during the planning phase, after all ships have chosen their maneuver, you can discard this card, target 2 opposing ships within range 1 to 3, and then look at their maneuver dials of the chosen ships. Then this ship can change its maneuver. The target ship's maneuvers cannot be changed for the rest of that round. So it allows you to basically peek at what your opponents are going to be doing with up to 2 of their ships, and then adjust yours accordingly. Kind of interesting. It's a discard on use, which kind of sucks, but it's only 2 points, so good trade-off there, but it can really help you out in the right strategic situation. Next we have Geordie LaForge. He's 3 points. And during the activation phase, after the ship reveals its maneuver, place 2 time tokens on this card. This ship can increase or decrease the speed of the revealed maneuver by 2. The color of the maneuver is the same as the revealed maneuver. This ship cannot perform an action the game round this effect is activated. So at the trade-off of your action, you're basically gaining +2 to the maneuver you chose. Still limited to some extent because of the templates available, but like that 3 hard turn, you could pull a 1 hard turn. And sure, you're going to get an auxiliary power for it, but you were going to anyway, which kind of negates the point that you're losing your action because you couldn't do it on a turn you got auxiliary power anyway. So that would be a really nice one to add quite a bit of maneuverability on there. And it's got the time token, so it's reusable. It'll come back up. Definitely interesting depending on the ship you're using it on. I wouldn't need it on some of the smaller, more maneuverable ships, but definitely on the bigger boat-like ships it will come in handy. And then finally we have Miles O'Brien for 2 points. During the planning phase, disable this card. Remove a disable token from a tech or weapon upgrade equipped to the ship. So he allows you to rearm tech or weapons. And again, set up those combos so that you can do some interesting things with your ships. Definitely like him for 2 points. Although I think there's another one out there. I'm not sure if it's Miles though, but there's another engineer card basically that allows you to repair hull. Those are handy as well, but definitely useful. Next we have our elite talents. We have Make It So for 3 points. As an action, discard this card. The ship can perform 2 actions on Admiral cards, Captain's cards, and or crew upgrades equipped to it as free actions. Again, this is another way to pull off big combos with Federation. It is a 1 use for 3 points, which kind of puts it borderline, but depending on your build, you could build around it and make it so that that 3 points is well spent to get those extra free actions. Free actions are always nice. So, and then we have the Riker maneuver for 4 points. When defending, if the attacking ship is not in this ship's primary fire arc, discard this card. Remove all target lock and battle station tokens beside the attacking ship. Place an auxiliary power token beside this and the attacking ship. So you're basically removing their target lock and their battle stations in exchange for giving you both a auxiliary power. So it kind of hurts yourself in the same process, but if they're planning on using a torpedo barrage or something and shooting at you, you lost their target lock. They can't do that now, so it screws up their plans. Giving them an auxiliary power token kind of forces them to try to pull a green maneuver next time to reset that, which also might screw up their plans. So could definitely be useful in the long run. Again, a 1-use 4-point card is kind of up there. That's up to you. It's kind of situational. But definitely could be worth it in the chance that it saves your ship. So it's a trade-off there. Next we have our weapon upgrades. And the first one we have here is photon torpedoes. And you can already see these are different from the old ones. They can be fired out of front or rear arcs. That's some of the new iconography that's in this new rulebook. It is 2 points. The attack is special here. It has a range 2 to 3. The attack value of this weapon is the ship's primary weapon value plus 1, so that's how you get your attack total there. And then as an attack, you spend this ship's target lock token, disable this card, target an opposing ship. This ship can convert all blanks into battle stations. So if you have a battle station token, then you can reconvert those battle stations into hits. So much nicer than the old ones, considerably cheaper points-wise too, but the attack value completely depends on the ship you're mounted on, where some of the old photon torpedoes had a base, I think it was 5 dice, I think. So you're trading that off, but they're considerably cheaper points-wise, and this extra bonus at the bottom here is nice too. So I really like those. Probably going to be using them. And next we have tactical stations for 4 points. Add 1 weapon upgrade to the ship's upgrade bar. When attacking, disable this card. The ship rolls +1 attack dice for this game round. When attacking, discard this card. The ship can roll +2 attack dice this round. So definitely useful here. This one's a disable, so it's reusable. You can get the +1 dice, or you can discard the card and get the +2. I don't know if I'd use that. Maybe late game as a final attack, trying to finish something off. But definitely the +1 attack. 4 points for a +1 attack is kind of rough, but you're also getting this extra weapon slot, so maybe you can put a torpedo on a ship that didn't actually have a weapon slot. I think most of the Federation ships have one. I might be wrong there, it's been a while, but adding an extra one on there allows you to get like 2 torpedoes, and then since these have time token, well, these are disabled ones, but some of the newer ones have the time tokens and they take a bit to rearm. You could have multiple and then swap back and forth as they rearm themselves. Not bad overall. It's a little points heavy, but getting that reusable +1. The trade-off here is that it's a disable, not a time. So you have to manually take an action to re-enable it in order to use the ability again. I think that's what really hurts it, but still might be worth taking. And then finally we have a tech upgrade here, which is the exocomp. And I'm debating it's a crew up or it's a tech upgrade, but it should be a crew upgrade. Those things were sentient, but we have 4 points. And then during the planning phase, you place 2 time tokens on this card, and you can repair damage to the ship's hull. So basically every 3 turns, 2 turns, you can repair 1 damage. Not a bad upgrade. 4 points is up there, but it's worth it for a self-rearming card that can repair hull. Definitely want this on a ship with larger hull, because if you have lower hull and you can get taken out in 1 or 2 shots, it's not going to matter, but not bad. And that's going to wrap it up for our look at the Federation cards and upgrades that come in the Federation versus Klingon starter set. I hope it helped you guys out, hearing my opinions on things. As always, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.